What is up, guys? It's your boy from S&B here, coming at you with a video. I've been gone in the past couple days. Not gonna lie, I'm not looking forward to this one. We didn't do good on Friday or Saturday. It sucks. I mean, SPY went up a stupid amount, as everyone saw, as everyone with a brain saw. My chart. You can see what SPY did. Open, gap up, sideways, then straight up. And I'm mostly upset because of I tried to trade this crap. I didn't miss out on the first little bump. Um, Honestly, the worst part was that where are we? Hello. Um, do 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 do. Of course, it's not gonna show where I actually sold that. Hello, where are you? So I didn't, sorry. Didn't completely miss out on it. I'm just mad that I even tried to trade this crap. I should have seen this coming. I should have known. We got the big old move in the morning, huge volume, that just nothing. Literally, it was 5.5 hours of untradeableness, of just nothing. And of course, we try to trade it, and yeah, that's what happens when you try to trade the crap. I was mostly revenge trading, try to gain back losses, trying to correct the mistake I made of selling those calls last Monday or Friday. And I've talked about those in multiple videos. I called this bottom like perfectly, like fucking perfectly. I grabbed these calls for 290, and these were like perfect. Everything was so perfect about them. Just I nailed it. I nailed exactly where it was gonna go. I nailed the time, uh, the time on these. Like everything was perfect. Except I ended up selling them way earlier than I should have. Where the friggity doodah? Can I even find where I closed those? Duh. Oh, in 30 days. Do do. So yeah, we got these two calls, the 290 July 5th calls. We sold them for $1.94 each, and that's where they ended up going. Yep, that's right. That's about 813. I ended up selling them at $1.94. I bought them at 260. So that's like $1,000 gain I missed out on. That blows big time because I sold them because of the thing crashing, the options market going down, as I've complained about multiple times now. That's why I ended up selling them, and that sucks out loud because I ended up selling them in a fit of rage. I mean, I can't like go back in time and tell myself like, hey, this isn't a good time to sell because there's nothing you can do about it. And it was just one of those things where it's like the fucking options market's down. I'm not like I didn't know what was gonna happen. I didn't know if it was gonna crash again. I didn't know if my options were gonna go zero because Nasdaq wasn't gonna crash. I was just like I gotta get out of these. Nothing's working out. And then I got out, and then we ended up the rest of the day going up, and I didn't zoom out for the chart. I should have done that. Should have 12, 18 shoulds. But gotta confront it. Gotta confront it. So that would have been about a yeah, $1,200 gain on those just two call options that I bought. I literally nailed it perfectly. Like I nailed the bottom. I bought them on where are we at? The 16th, right? By those stupid fuckers. Yeah, I bought them on the 17th. So I bought them way back here at 270, and it jumped $20 from there. So that sucks. In all honesty, I doubt I would have held them that long. most likely would have sold once they doubled. That still would have been like $400 profit. I might have sold one and left the other to run, you know. I would not have just like stood there and be like, yep, these are going to go straight up, you know. But it just sucks, and I could just ignore this and just try to hash it or try to stuff it down and forget about it. But gotta confront the failures. I have to feel what I'm feeling right now to prevent this from happening again. Um, so that sucks. But as for Friday, it was just a terrible price. I mean, I know everything. Everyone's always FOMO, and you're always gonna FOMO when it's a green day. But then you look at the chart, and it's like, oh, it was a green day. We opened 1%. We go up 1.5%, and then we literally just hover in this from 293 to 290 range for 5.5 hours. That was just untradeable. But let's go down the actual trades. I had multiple opportunities. Like at the end of the day, I had a SPY call, but I just got so impatient. I was so just like just crazy amounts of frustration. I was like, I bought a SPY. I'll just go down the trades. You can tell how upset I am about it still. It's been a day. I haven't gotten over it. Okie doke. Let's start off. So first things first, 24th, what do I do? So, of course, I held a put overnight because I'm like, oh, the pattern was every time we ripped in the close, we gap down the next day, and then we go to fill that gap in the next morning. That had been the daily trend for like 4 days, so I was like, all right, I'll try it again if the same thing happens, so what? That's a nice little gain. If not, then it was like a $50 loss, so we already lost 50 on that. And then I'm watching 20 minutes into the day. All that's happening is things are just going straight up. So I grab a call. I grab a NASDAQ call at $1.24, and 13 minutes later sold that at $1.79 for a $55 gain. So I got back that loss I got on the put. That should have been it. That should have been all I did on that day. And I should have seen this coming. Like I should have seen. I mean, it was just one of those days you make your gains, and it's like the hedge funds just got off early. All the traders, they went to lunch early, they went on vacation early, whatever. Everyone left the office at half an hour into the day on Friday because then just literally nothing, just nothing. And I'm sitting here, I'm drawing like bull flags, like I see a breakout here, I'm like, oh, boom, breakout, and then just nothing, nothing, nothing. It was just way too slow, and I was just impatient and frustrated just because of that whole thing, how I sold those NASDAQ calls earlier last week. So, big mental lesson. Just got to get over the losses and to be a little bitch about it. So, we got 55 off that. Then 804 to 814, I lost about $41 on that one. So, 804. Look at this. So this is what I see. I'm like, hey, we got a breakout, sort of, kind of. I see this big old green candle. I'm thinking, all right, next leg up. Nope. Instant sell-off. So I grab a call at the top of this, and this was really just the biggest kick in the dick ever. Like this. I'm just like, how do I do this on a day like today? I'm gonna lose money on calls. Like, how do I snipe just the exact top of a huge green candle that is immediately followed by three huge red ones? So me being me, that's what happened there. We lost 41 on that. I ended up selling at 814. I sell 10 minutes later at 814, right about close to the bottom of this candle. Of course, then we recover some of it. So I'm sitting here just like, oh, could have made something on for that. If I just would have held, if I would have held it all day, I was never gonna do that. But this was just that kind of day, and after this, I should have walked away. I didn't. Next trade, AMD put at 816. So you could tell this is 2 minutes later. You could tell how frustrated I'm in because I'm just like, I was like a gambler at a casino getting mad about my losses, being like, I'm gonna fucking make this shit back. So 816, I'm like, all right, everything's dumping. And then I do this. Come up AMD just went so vertical from $83 up to $87 on AMD within half an hour. Just look at this buying volume, just insane. So now that I look back at it, it brings me like physical pain. So big old red candles. I bought a put right at the open of this candle, and then you'll never guess what happens. We start chopping back up, and I'm just like, at this point, I'm sitting here just like, this can't be happening, you know? It's just one of those days, and this happens to every trader, but the smart traders, when they see this kind of shit happen to them, they just log off, but I'm not that smart, so we lost 13, $20 on that to bring the grand total down about 20 bucks, down about 10 bucks on the day. So we chop back up. I see the break of that. I should have played that, but it wouldn't have mattered. Nothing was going down today. Sometimes you can just feel it when you see this kind of buying in the morning. Like you literally, I know what's happening now. I know that they're pulling the market back up because there's literally no reason for any of the market to go up right now. Just no reason whatsoever. There's no viable reason to buy into tech stocks right now. There just isn't. The economic situation is getting worse by the week. And the only reason it is just so the shorts can take it back down. And we know this. I know this. Everyone knows this. But I should still be profiting off the green, and that's the mental part of everyone's mind. Everyone that sees green in the market wants to see green in their account, so they do stupid things like I do because I get FOMO like every other human out there. So yeah, that's my little rant on that. Then on Amazon, oh my god, dude, it was just loss after loss after this, so bad. Just terrible day. I was like I don't know why I was so frustrated, to be honest. It was just crazy. So on Amazon, what do we got here? It was looking like this was I front loaded this way too hard. This is just a huge head and shoulders on Amazon. Shoulder, head, shoulder. This was looking like the top of the shoulder. It was looking like we were going to bounce off this level, which the same exact level we bounced off over here. So we knew that there's a level here that had bounced off of it previously. I should have factored in the fact that this gap had still yet to have been filled. So I front loaded a put. I'm still holding on to that because I still think the market's going to dump probably by the end of next week. So I grabbed a put there. It's down like 60 bucks already. So that was just like another thing on top of everything else is oh my god, now the only thing I'm in it, and now at that point I was only in a put, and I'm like, the market is doing nothing but going straight up, but right now I'm only in a put, so it was just like more frustration. This is at 9 o'clock. So then I buy a put, and we're just chopping around. I look at the NASDAQ, 902. 902. I grab a call on the NASDAQ at 902, and you could only imagine. You can only imagine what happened next. 902, grab a call. We get a big green candle. We come over here, get some red. I'm down. Bounce off VWAP. We go up, and I'm down. It's just nothing. This is untradeable. What am I doing? So I end up selling that at 934. Over here on this big red candle, just max frustration. Of course, I sell on the big red candle, and then just go straight back up. It's just like, oh my god, it was, oh god, it was so bad. I was just so insanely frustrated. Like I literally was just having every trade go the opposite direction on me immediately, and then I would sell, and then it would go the opposite direction as soon as I would sell. It was just horrid. Then we lost 26 bucks on that, so I'm down 36 on the day. Then SPY. This is towards the end of the day. I'm just like, please God, give me something. I was thinking end of the day rally, and it did. So I should have waited until power hour. I should have just waited and waited and waited. But 11:38, I grab a call, and there was no reason for me to sell this other than I was just sitting. 11:38, I buy this call. We just chop, and we're slowly going up slowly. This is only a 2-day out contract though. This was not a long expiration. And I just can't take it. I'm just like, I know this is going to go down. I was like, everything that's happened to me today has gone wrong. I feel like this is going to go wrong. I shouldn't even be in a trade, which is true, even though it would have ended up being right. I did not see this coming. This was just crazy. This candle at the end of the day, just out of nowhere. Huge freaking volume on that closing candle. Like the biggest volume we've had in a while. So me being me, we sell the call, and then we just go fucking vertical. Like, I would have made $100 on that. It would have been a green day. So it was just like everything, literally every trade besides the very first one, because of course the very first one was over here when we actually had some direction. Otherwise, just look like what is this? Like SPY just like went to sleep. It's like the market closed. Like there was literally nothing happening. Like just no volume. You can't even see the candles over here at 9:10. There was like just nothing. and yeah, there's just no. I mean, there's no excuse. I can't excuse myself and be like, yeah, I understand. I should have lost money today. Because the market had a very clear direction. I can't say there wasn't any direction. I can only say that there was no direction for about 5 hours out of the 6.5 hour day or whatever. But yeah, so that brought the grand total. We made $4 on it. So I like sold it as soon as it was looking like it was gonna go red. I'm just like, I'm not taking a loss. I can't take a loss on this. For grand total, I was down like 32 on the day. So it was like just a terrible day. But I just and then Thursday also was bad. I was just really mad because my Tuesday and Wednesday were good. They weren't like freaking huge green days, but I was just trying to be consistent. That's all I'm trying to do. Once I can get to be consistent, I can up the size and go for real money. But you can only start doing big money when you actually know what you're doing. And I don't know what I'm doing yet. I'm getting better at it. I was like really amped on Tuesday and Wednesday, and I was hoping to bring the momentum into the following days, but it wasn't happening. And then I mean Thursday was a bit of a nightmare anyways, so I'm not like totally upset that I didn't do great on Thursday because it just like whoop down up and it was just weird. Uh, Mainly the frustration just comes from the fact that I never got back into those calls, even though the setup was still there. I don't know why. Like it was just one of those things where I felt like, all right, I sold, and that's the other thing. I sold those two Nasdaq calls at the literal cheapest price that day. I sold them at the fucking bottom at $1.94 each. Now they're at like 800 each. So the main the main reason I didn't jump back into them is because I knew, or I thought I knew, like that'd be the way to really make this a bad situation. Not only did I already jump out of them, I tried to get back into them out of FOMO, and then I lost even more than I should have lost originally. So that was the ultimate, like, I'm gonna really fuck myself hard by doing this. So you live and you learn, it sucks. We're in a bear market, so the whole time it's so easy to sit there and just be like, there's no reason for the market to go up. Why should I buy a call right now? Like, give me a real reason that the market should be going up right now. And then you always realize, well, there doesn't have to be a reason. The market's just gonna do the things it does to keep it from getting oversold. There's gonna be relief bounces. Now look at where the 4 hour is. It's coming back up towards overbought, and look what happened over here. Uh-oh. Look at the RSI right there. We're up at over here at like 65 RSI at the peak of this. Oh, what happened next? So all I can do is tell myself there's much more money to be made on the downside. There's much more money to be made from playing the trend. So now I just can't fuck up the part where we do this next, where we get the inevitable yank down, when we get the next bad headline, the next bad CPI report, the next bad news from the Fed. There's just 18,000 reasons for the market to continue down, and I need to be ready for that. So now I see that we're at resistance here. This is the channel we're in. It's a bit of a falling wedge. You can see this resistance line. We bounced off it over here. When we bounced off it there, then we came up and retested it. We got this falling star off of it. And that should have been the sign that we were just going to dump from there. And we did. But it was kind of slow until we got that CPI report. But it's all set in stone. Like, there's the only pathway forward is to the downside now. Everyone knows the inflation is going to get worse, so you can see what the market did when we got a bad inflation report. We know it's getting worse. Gas prices aren't going down. Everything's going up. Everything's still going up. So no reason to not get puts here. I didn't load up. I saw that Amazon one. So if we do the dump, I have an Amazon one. But I'm looking at some late July puts here. SPY still has room to the upside. So we filled that gap on SPY. We still have more room to the upside on SPY. The Nasdaq just had a crazy short covering rally though. Just vertical, man. It sucks. God, it sucks. But I should stop feeling like this. I don't know. And then that's the other thing I do is I ask myself like why do I get FOMO when we go up in a bear market? Like I should not be like sitting here waiting for upside. I always love upside because I'm a bull, so I see upside and that's where I'm like, oh, upside, I should be going up. But what I should see is a great opportunity to load up to the downside. It's like when you're in a bull market, you wait for the dips to load up on the dips, and then it goes up. When you're in a bear market, you wait on the rips to load up on the rips. God, my fucking headset. My headset automatically shuts off when I have no music playing, but I recently had a viewer tell me he doesn't like my music, so we're going no music. Um, Even though I don't know why you don't like classical music, but that's all right. Uh, but so now what I was saying on the rips, you should be ready to short up on the or get short on the rips and get the profit to the downside. So uh, that's what we're looking at now, boys. Um, like I said, Spy still has room to the upside, so it still could keep going up from here. But we all know what's happening. This is just it's happened so many times. Look at I mean, it does this every time. They keep it from getting oversold. The only time it got oversold was over here in early January. But every bounce from there, we get right there and we bounce. Ukraine war, we get oversold here, we bounce. Oversold there, we bounce. Oversold here, bounce. Oversold there, bounce. And then they can just keep ripping it down. So we know what comes next. So I should do it accordingly. I should take this opportunity to get out of my Nvidia because we're getting close to where I bought. Uh, but otherwise, yeah, I'm not gonna do what I do every time. I do this every time I see the green. I load up on longs. I go long. I'm like, oh, this is the bottom. I should buy some Nvidia here. I don't know why I do that to myself. We're getting to the point where I'm worried about losing our pattern day trader at 25,000 because I don't want to drop below 25,000 to be a day trader. Even though we could put more money in, I went to challenge myself of getting the account back to 50,000. It's gonna be very difficult, but that's okay. Um, yeah, that's about all I got. We just got a stupid short covering rally yesterday, and that's really just all there is to it. There's no other reason for the things to go up like this. So we just got the shorts covered. The bulls just went to sleep. They're hibernating for like a week. They're just gonna wait for the next terrible news to go short again and yank it back down. So I could see Nasdaq hitting 300. I could definitely see that. We could definitely tap 300. That would fill the gap to the upside. Um, so we closed right at this gap. Oh, very interesting. So we could tap 300, close the gap for the next downside. SPY, same thing. SPY has gap up to about 400. How funny is that? Isn't that just crazy? They put these gaps here at 400, just perfect psych level, perfect gap fill. It's so crazy how the market makers set this shit up. So once we tap those levels, I'm looking to go short, baby, and I encourage you guys to do the same thing. I'm not a financial advisor, but yeah, that's what we'll be looking at. So there's my emotional, rage-filled video. But I can't run away from this shit. I have to feel this. This is the terrible feeling. You gotta feel. It's all about the process. It's not about the gains. It's about the process of getting there. So I have to get into the process. I have to immerse myself in the process. All the pain, no gains. If there's no pain, there's no gains. And this is the pain of being the trader. This is like when you go to the gym and you squatting, your legs are bleeding on the inside, you're just dying. This is what traders do. This is the pain right here. It's the you don't learn through the gains. You don't go in as a trader and you hit a huge win and then you learn. You don't learn anything from that. It's all about the pain, man. So this is going to the gym and just shredding your biceps for the gains. This is the strain for the traders. So you can't run away from it. And this is what I'm doing. I have to confront the failures. And the failures are just I have them every day. And yeah, that's the fun. So mental fortitude must be built. And yep, that's all I got. So I'll see you guys later. Peace.